I would take like, they give you like patches to put on your arms of fentanyl. It's
Mm,
supposed to last 3 days. I would
mhm,
take it and I would put it in my cheek and suck on it. So I would get 3 days of fentanyl all at once, basically.
hmm,
Big part of my story is I tried to get better at the VA. I moved into the domiciliary at the West Los Angeles VA hospital. I was
mhm,
started at the substance abuse track and then moved over to the combat trauma treatment track there. And I was doing really well. I was on methadone maintenance, I was
mhm.
on Lexapro and for depression and Prazosin. But yeah, I lived at the VA for a total of 11 months. And then one weekend at the combat trauma center, I got in an argument with my roommate, just a screaming argument, and got kicked out of the
Oh,
domiciliary there and made to leave after 11 months of doing better. It was
mm,
incredibly traumatizing. I was put into a psychiatric ward that night. I was pumped full of benzodiazepine. I couldn't talk to my doctor. I was like, that night really hurt me. It was like one of the worst nights of my life. And
mm,
then I got back to my dorm and they had put my stuff outside and I was done. That's it. I had to leave. And so I
mm.
became homeless at that time. My mom, when you're an addict and you're just barely starting to rebuild trust between your loved ones, then they get a phone call from you, hey, I got kicked out of my situation. It's not my fault. But that's what sent me into camping mode and living in the hills and living outdoors and being outdoors. And luckily, I maintained on the methadone after a short relapse of heroin. I went back on the methadone. And that's when a friend of mine introduced me to cannabis. And cannabis really helped me. It helped me to get over the initial phase of craving a deeper heroin feeling or a deeper Oxycontin feeling. And it
Mm,
helped me have joy again and find happiness and laughter and helped my pain a lot. So I was able to hike more and be more active, go
mm,
camping and hiking with my dog and whatnot. And I worked as a cashier. Super humbling after being in Afghanistan as a combat veteran, having to
right.
like return soccer moms scuba diving equipment and stuff, and because it like wasn't the right color or whatever, just taking shit all the time. But I did really well in that job and I was really good at being an REI cashier. I became incredibly good at it, moved into the camping section and then eventually the shipping department, and had just the best time working for
Hmm,
them. And that's when I started hiking a lot more.